out here to drill another well today. I'm gonna be sitting here for a little while. I got these people blocking me, but they were here first, so once they pull their truck up, I can actually get to where I need to get, because somewhere right behind me is a blue flag. Oh, there it is. That's where I need to be to drill. So do a little bit of waiting, then we'll get to cutting holes. Okay, we got in here. I'm not in the position that I want to be in, but I'm trying to work around the guys who are bringing in all the supplies, because they said they've got another truck coming. I needed to try to keep the driveway clear. I was trying to keep my truck on the gravel on the driveway. I'll show you why. They said the site was level and the site was good, but she's a little mushy. I'm glad they put hay and straw down and tried to plant grass seed, because that'll help give it a little bit of a root system. I'm smack dab on my well location, and then I got Mike on this side. What are you doing, Mike? I heard him having a fit with it. I don't know what's up. What you got?
It's still on. It's supposed to be off.
No, you're good. Sometimes you'll have to drive the truck a little bit to get it to kick out.
Okay.
Put it in neutral. There you go. You popped your brake? There you go. Yep, don't worry about it. Just turn it off. It'll kick out.
Okay.
It'll shut off.
I just making sure.
Some things are too smart for their own good.
Yeah.
The drill rig does that too. When I lock the diffs and I turn the power divider on, it'll stay locked in until I throw it in neutral or put it in reverse.
All right, it'll cut off now.
Yep.
That's what I'm working.
All right, well, home for the day. Let's get this thing in the air. Fire in the hole. Got the wing bit taken off. Our first initial 20 foot is dug. Got a really pretty initial borehole. Look at that. Looks like pretty nice soil. A little bit of sandy content. You can see all the sand. So hopefully it ain't too bad to dig. We'll see what happens. Now it's time for the big 8-inch hammer and 10-inch bit. really been in is this sandy material. I'm lucky that it's dry right now, because if it was wet, it would be a little bit sketchy to drill in. But I've only been about 35 foot, and I probably have 60 or 80 foot of soil coming out. So the hole that we're digging down there is kind of breaking off bigger than the diameter of the hole that we're actually drilling. That's the dilemma when you drill through sand. But we're right on the edge of the lake, so I think the lake used to be, or the river used to be, this direction. It's been a little while. We are currently around 76 foot right now. And I've been in nothing but this sandy formation the entire time after about 15 foot. It is extremely dry, which is a blessing. If it was wet, I'd be a little bit more concerned. So I don't have that much dust. If I had dust drilling dry and it was sending the dust up to my, air filter and to the engine, the compressor, I'd probably turn water on. But I can drill a lot faster in a dry situation, not having to drill slow and let it get liquidy and all that. The ground's just going to absorb my water the minute I turn it on anyway. I believe the two houses that you recently saw behind me, both of those were either 107 foot of casing or 127 foot of casing. So I don't really see this being any different. Fortunately, this is a classification 3B well, which means 50 foot minimum casing and 50 foot minimum grout. Well, it looks like we're going to probably double the casing minimum, and then we have to grout all this stuff in. So we're going to spend a long time grouting this thing, no doubt. But once I find bedrock, I'll catch back up with you. It's been about 30 minutes, and we went ahead and pulled out 5 pieces of casing. I'm going to attempt to set about 100 foot of casing. I encountered granite around 82 to 84 feet, and it got hard on me, I guess around 90. So I didn't want to set in soft granite. I wanted it to be nice and hard and competent rock. So I'm just right now, since basically I found competent rock between 85 and 90 foot, I wanted to at least drill like a 10 foot socket for the casing to go in, and I also wanted to make sure that I didn't have any like surface veins that were going to cause me any issues, because sometimes out here you can run into nasty water up top within a few feet of hitting bedrock, and you can give that to the customer. Then they're going to have a filtration system their whole life. So I would rather go a little bit deeper, set the casing a little deeper, try to prevent any possibilities of dirty water off the get-go. So looks like I've only got about 3 or 4 more feet left, and then I'll be right at 100 foot. And then we're going to go ahead and set casing in the ground. 45 minutes, I have an inspector showing up where they can witness the grout. So that'll put us at about 45 minutes behind schedule. But I'm going to drill a little bit, probably 2 drill rods, let it fill up the overburden around the casing a little from, like, 100 foot up to 50 foot. And then we got to grout the additional 50 foot to the surface. So what we got to do next? It's been about an hour. I got the rig all shut off. Mike's been mixing and pumping grout. Went ahead and pulled the trimming pipe up about 10 foot. That way it wasn't going to get stuck down in the bottom. She was getting pretty thick. I noticed we had some coming up here. We've been pumping for about 35 or 40 minutes, and we finally got it coming to the surface now. So all we got to do is I'm going to dam it up right here. I'm going to make a little dam, and then we'll let it kind of pool up, put our grout plate on, and we'll get back to drilling. The whole time we've been pumping grout, they've been up here offloading like sheetrock and stuff like that. It made me so nervous. He'd boom that thing all the way over. It'd come right over top of the cab. He'd bring it all the way over here, and they'd have to come get it and then haul it into the garage. We just got too many big trucks here on this small lot. There was actually 2 of these trucks sitting here not too long ago. One of them was sitting right where I'm standing. Man, what a beautiful spot. What a beautiful spot. All right, let's get noisy. Here's a trick. When your gloves are wet, it'll dry them off. Hot diggity dog, y'all. We just hit water. Let's see, how deep are we? We are exactly 285 feet in the ground. What? Spectacular. I just heard the compressor load up and I couldn't turn the phone on fast enough. Hell yeah. I was worried we weren't going to have a well today. But damn, we got a lot of water. Yee, dog. Spectacular. All right, so that would have been rod hanging up right now, I'm trying to do the math on that. I think we're at 305. So we're right now we're at 30. God, look, I got grease all on my thing. That's hot. Woo! I'm so freaking excited. Bring the bit back up through the aquifer. You might see it hang up. Let's see if it hangs up. It'd be about right there. All right, we didn't get any hang up. Now the reason why we bring it back up, and watch, I'll show you. The majority of the water below is actually going to stop. You'll see. See how there's no water coming out right now? That's because the bit and everything, it's pressurizing the aquifer again. It's up above it. Well, I'm coming back down right now. Eventually, it's going to get to the point where the water-bearing zone is. It's going to send all the high-pressured air through that water-bearing zone. It's going to get beyond it, and then it's going to come rushing back in. So right now, it's rushing back in. So what that did, if there was any loose chips or rock shells or anything like that, that will help to allow the fractured rock to fall off and then fall to the bottom, and then when this gets back to the bottom, it'll crush it. So let's see if it gets to the bottom and hammers at all. If it hammers at all, then that'll tell me a little bit of rock fell off the shelf and into the bottom. Let's just see if it does it. Yep. Just a little bit. Fire just a little bit. Okay, all I'm going to do, I'm going to drill one more rod, and we'll call it a day. That'll be 325. Looks like a solid 15, 20 gallons a minute. Yeehaw! see all the exciting part.
How long y'all been here?
Since 9 this morning.
You must have just missed me because I was here right before that.
Well, was the delivery truck with the big thing here yet?
No.
They pulled up right in front of us, man, and I was just like, God, this is gonna suck.
Did they get the sheetrock in there?
Yeah, they had 2 trucks.
Okay. Oh yeah, they sure did.
Yeah, they offloaded stuff for probably 3 hours.
Really?
Yeah.
I was like, man, I heard they don't got nothing on my truck. They're booming this shit over the truck.
Yeah.
I'm just like, man, they got some faith in it.
They're like chlorine or something.
It is. You just gonna get the whole bag because you got a whole lot of water.
Man, I'm so happy about that.
Yeah, no, me too.
I was telling them this was the shallowest one. The rest of them been deep.
Well, that's what I heard. So I was afraid this one was going to be the same way.
Yeah, here you go.
Oh, perfect, man.
Yeah.
Well, you know, it's nice when something goes right on a job.
So many times I'm always working backwards. I don't like working backwards. But that's building a house. I guess. My next endeavor is going to be to build a garage.
Where are you gonna build it at?
I got to buy land. I don't have enough.
Yeah.
My land at the house is 50% of it's in a flood zone, so
Yeah.
Can't build anything in that.
no. I can build a pond.
Yeah.
I've been thinking about it.
Yeah.
What I really want to do is acquire my neighbor's property.
I was going to ask you, is there a chance to get some property next to me?
Yeah. They own 36 acres and I own 6. And it used to be all one thing.
Are they chill?
They're nice.
Yeah.
They're nice. He's going through dementia and Lewy body disease. So I've been trying to help them as much as I can. And I don't know. His downward progression is fast. He's spiraling down quick. So he came in my garage the other day having a hallucination. He sees people in his house, and he'll sit there and talk to them, and I'll just, what do? You just feel better.
Were you in the garage when you did it?
I was in the garage. He came in there saying that he saw people come in my garage.
Oh.
And then we go to his house and we sit down and talk for 45 minutes, and he sits there and he starts having a conversation with people on the couch. So it's
Yeah.
once you see it, you start counting your blessings in life. They've been good to me over the years.
Yeah.
I'll be good back.
Not like Joe. They'll give you a hard time about everything.
No, not at all. Yeah, I was surprised. I said, Mom, what time is it? It's 2:30. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
We got to 3:25 and it was 2:30? Man, we were cutting holes fast.
Yeah.
Well, we are all done heading out, heading back to the shop. What a great day. Just overall success. Very, very happy. That's kind of like a family well. Through my brother's father-in-law, more or less. And it was cool because that was my nephew. My nephew showed up on the job. I don't think he's ever seen us drill before. So that was just, I don't know, wholesome. And he just got his truck, so he got to drive his truck to the job site with his grandpa or whatever, and got his learner's permit. So it was cool to have him show up there, and we had just hit water, and he got to see it all. So spectacular. So I look forward to hearing from y'all in the comment section. Make sure give the video a thumbs up. Don't forget to do that before you leave. If you're watching on TV, hit the pause button. Go and find the like button. Make sure you like the video. Help support the channel. And yeah, it's a good day. Man, that's awesome. Yeah, there's 3 wells around us, and all the other ones are 400 to 600 feet. They all make good water, but that one's 325, and it makes 15, 20 gallons a minute. Awesome. All right, we'll see y'all later. Peace.